Firstly, yeah, everyone, welcome. Thank you so much for taking the time and attending this talk with Cécile and Bokang, and having a chat about Gobelins. And I'm here to kind of hype it up a little bit and talk about it, and just give everybody an idea of the significance of this, and why, you know, like for South Africans and for people doing this, it's such an incredible and wonderful opportunity. And I'll basically start with this, right? If you've watched good animated films ever in the last 20 years, those films have been touched by people who came from Gobelins in one way or another, whether it's in DreamWorks, whether it's Disney, Pixar, whether it's game people. Gobelins is honestly, in my opinion, and I say this as someone who has taught at SCAD, who has taught at animation school, who works here at Mollo Academy. I say this as a professional trainer. It is the finest institution when it comes to animation, and like what they have done in terms of the efforts they have in bringing animation to the African diaspora and to the third world and other developing countries cannot be overstated, right? 12 years ago, going to Gobelins was impossible for me. That was a pipe, right? That was not something that I ever thought would happen. And then Lesego and I were fortunate enough to meet Cécile, who is, you know, a wonderful and incredible woman who makes magic happen, honestly, right? Without her, I don't think our careers would be where they are, and the development in animation in South Africa would not be where it is. And I do not say that lightly. Those that know me know that I'm a grouchy, angry old man with very strong opinions. So this is really my stance, and I'll die on this hill. The work they have done and the effort they've put into developing young talent in Africa and South Africa is incredible, right? And we have seen in half a decade, in 5 years, with merely the role of the few of us, well, not few, but quite a few of us by now, who are finishing the International Masters Program, we have seen an exponential growth in the skills and abilities in South African animation, right? Because for every one of us that comes back to teach, 10 more can learn from this, right? Again, this just echoes my praise and affirmation for what Gobelins does for all of us. What it does not do, and I think, you know, maybe if I could just clarify this, I think I've heard a lot of people say, oh, but it's the French touch. They turn your art French, and no, they make you a better African. They make you a better international artist, right? My French is still terrible to this day. Right, but my animation skills as an African animator and how I develop have never been better. More than anything else, that is something to pay attention to and be aware of what Gobelins has to offer, is that drive for sincerity in the students, and what they help to facilitate, develop in all of us. So just to introduce everybody, so I have sung the praises of Cécile, who is the head of the international relations on that side, and then she'll be talking in a moment, and then after her will be Bokang, who recently finished a pretty cool film from Gobelins as well, very proud of that one, and he's also gone back and forward doing the Train the Trainers program at Gobelins, and also studying as a master's student, the same as I have. And whilst we're not directly colleagues, we both also worked at the Mollo Animation Academy at the Tshimologong Precinct. Bokang, in fact, being one of the founding gunmen that helped everybody develop so much. So a very, very driven, very talented guy, and one of the people that I know to be exceptionally hardworking and passionate about his storytelling and like his view of the African aesthetic and how to make stuff. I have rambled enough, and I'm not the important guy everybody wants to talk about, so I am going to leave it to Cécile from here.
Oh God, I have to not disappoint everybody after that. Okay, guys, I'm gonna try not being disappointing. Hello, everybody. I'm Cécile. I'm the head of international relations and the head of the master in animation in Gobelins in Paris. Today, I wanted to give you a short presentation of the master, the program, and what it's meant to do to help you in your career in animation. So I'm going to share my screen right now, and let me know if this is working. Yes, apparently it works. Tinus, it's working, right?
Yes, we see just fine.
Okay, so oops, here we go. I'm trying to find a format that is better for your view. This is the new logo of Gobelins. There we go. Okay, so Gobelins Paris. Wow, there's animations even. Oh my God. Okay. Gobelins Paris was created in the animation department because originally it was a photography school. And it's been created 50 years ago. And in fact, the legend is, but I think it's not exactly a legend because he told me so. I'm sure some of you know Asterix. And in 1974, Uderzo and Goscinny, the two authors of Asterix, had decided to do the first French feature film. And they had everything in the pre-production of the film. They even had a little studio called Idefix. But they had no animators because at the time animation was not a profession, it was a hobby. So they came to see Pierre Emma, who was the head of the Gobelins Photography School, and asked him to open a training to get, animators to do the film, to produce the film. And that's what Pierre Emma did. So the training was lasting for 8 months. And the first class was of 5 students. Today, the training lasts for 5 years, and we have 415 students in animation. That is to show the development of the industry and the needs of the industry. Okay, so it became a reference school in animation and other areas as well, such as graphic design, motion design, web design, print, photography, and video game art. Okay, we have 1,122 exactly students, 40 teachers that are full-time teachers, but the characteristic of Gobelins is that we have mostly professionals coming to teach at school. So it's 750 for the whole school. It's a little bit more than 120 for the animation. 90% of students find a job within 6 months. It's 100% for animation. We are been ranked the first animation school in the world. What we aim at doing is nurturing students' talent, helping the students to acquire the highest technical skills, but also develop their professional project, express their creativity, and also acquire some competencies in team management, and working in a team is a condition to your admission as well. We have 5 types of degree programs. So we have a preparatory year in animation for people coming right out of school. We have a 3D booster character animation diploma in 1 year, a bachelor in 3D character animation in 3 years, a bachelor as well in animated filmmaking, which is more 2D and 3D, and the master in animated filmmaking in 2 years, and short courses in animation, such as summer schools and online courses. and tailor-made programs. Okay. Our engagement internationally is based on capacity building. We aim at helping the local industry to develop by training the trainers, for example. We help also schools to develop their curriculum. We partner with Center of Excellences such as Tshimologong. We have a network of academic partners such as CalArts, Art Center, La Cambre, the animation workshop in Denmark. We have a curriculum for international students in English, and at the moment we have 58 different nationalities in the school, and the animation department is 50% international. We also partner with incubators. We have booster programs that are in 1 year to help professionals boost their skills. We also have continuing education, and we help give the fundamentals in animation, and particularly 3D animation, to young people. So I've said already, it's the first, been ranked the first animation school in the world, the first graphic school in France, first designer interactive developer bachelor in France, the most mentioned school for interactive design sector, the first French center for apprenticeship. Half of our trainings are in apprenticeships, which means that students go to school for 2 days and then 3 days in a company. And we send our the work of our students to several festivals and to the academies. So our awards so far, we had an Oscar nominee for Best Animated Short Film for Octapody. That was a long time ago, 2009. Then the next one was Best Friend, who got the Annie Award in 2018. We had the Ostrich Politics nominated for BAFTA and who went to the long list of the Oscar. And we had La Bestia, who won an Annie Award in 2021 again. And we have another nomination. And the results will be on the 25th of February. I wanted to show you the film, so I'm going to go on YouTube. Sorry, I'm going to have to manipulate the whole thing a little bit. Okay. There we go.
What the hell is wrong with that?
Cécile?
Yes.
I'm sorry, apparently we've got a bit of a problem with the sound right now. Could we?
That's a dog.
Let me up, pause it. Yes.
There we go. So the sound was not playing for some reason. And that's kind of unfortunate. Would it be okay? Does everybody mind if we just start the video over? Something you could do on Zoom is if you want to share your screen, you just say share with the video and audio selected in the bottom right. So if you unshare, and then reshare, you'll see the option to share for video streaming.
Okay.
And that usually helps the audio.
Okay, I'm going to unshare. And
then at share screen, right at the bottom, you'll see share sound and optimize for video clip. And we can click on those. Sorry to be the downer here.
No, it really helps. You just say activate the sound and that's all. Okay,
that's fine. If it lets you share the sound, that should do the trick.
Tinus, you want to show it because on your
Sure. Let me grab it on my side.
It's YouTube Gobelins.
Let me do the thing real quick. Sorry, folks. Let's it's Zoom. That's how it goes. Let me just share it on the side.
And the image will be probably a bit better if you do it on your side.
Yeah. All righty, let's give this a go. And then everybody just confirm that you can hear the sound before I press play, and then we can get the ground running from there.
Use BigQuery to uncover new insights from their data, like cost savings,
sound is good.
Efficiencies.
Yeah.
Good. Excellent. Let's get going.
New law, bicycles are forbidden. New law, dancing is forbidden.
What the hell is wrong with dancing? Keep it down.
Good Lord, look at this mess. Bad boy.
Oh, come on, let the dog be a dog.
Come here, my squishy stinky wolf muffin. Oh, yes, I need to do...
Hey, will you stop adding to the mess?
Oh, you are so cute. Give me that. Give me that. Oh, what is this? Oh, stop it.
I'm tired of these two.
Huh?
I wasn't talking to you.
Oh, you want some tea? Okay, tea coming right up. Sugar?
And what's going on?
Oh, she wants some tea.
You want some tea?
Oh my God, I don't want tea. Stop smoking, Sorna.
Oh, shut up. It's not from the smoke.
What's that? Give me that.
Never.
Hey, it's addressed to all of us. I say give it to me.
Never.
Give it to me.
Never.
Give it here, you bitch. Give it here.
Never.
What are you doing?
Never.
Will you stop? Hey, what's wrong with you? Where are you going? Stop! Stop! Stop there! Hey!
Dear Soloist Sisters, you are invited to sing at the annual Autumn Festival.
Yes! Finally! Time for rehearsal, ladies. Let's go!
Attention. The new laws for today are as follows. Singing is forbidden for women. Except in groups of 3 or more.
We're okay.
Bicycles are forbidden. Picnics forbidden. Dancing forbidden. And owning a dog is forbidden.
I can't believe it. Over my dead body. Nobody touches my dog. Nobody touches my dog. Over my dead body. Nobody touches my dog. Nobody.
Calm down.
Excuse me, is there any dog here?
No, of course not.
I have a severe allergy.
Why does everybody have to die? What do we do now?
Ladies, we know that's a dog. You are under arrest. Stop them!
Would
Okay. Okay.
There we
Good.
go. Cool.
Okay, so it's important. This film is important first because it's got selected to the Annie Award. Secondly, because it's tackling an issue that is very tragic almost today, and in a way of comedy, but also because on the team there were 3 people coming from the African continent, Ghana, Ethiopia, and South Africa, and these 3 people had a Netflix scholarship to come to Gobelins. So I'm going to share again my presentation. Up. And carry on. So this is the type of things that we do in Gobelins. In the Master of Arts in Character Animation and Animation Filmmaking. The specificities. It's a program that has an international reputation. It's a professional course taught by internationally recognized professionals in English. It's constantly adapted to the animation industry needs, high rate of employability in global employability, and at 6 months, it's 100%. There's 50% of international students. Now we have 58 this year, different nationalities. It's readable for the industry, the employers, and the authorities because it's a master format, and it's credited by European credits, and it's also readable for the people who have the master to get visas to different other countries. There's a large network of alumni around the world, and there's we want it to be a friendly and open learning environment that promotes diversity. Our values is to defend the freedom to create, freedom of expression, and co-construct a responsible society. We're encouraging experimentation and exploration, and students have the right to make mistakes. We're asking them as well to allow themselves to be impertinent and to shake up the codes. The school is very demanding. We're asking for a taste of effort, a lot of resilience, the aspiration to produce a professional, excellent result. Our values also is generosity, benevolence, and openness. We want people to work as a team, to get involved, to share expertise and experience, and mostly we want diversity and inspiration. We want students from all continents to work together as a team, and we strongly encourage our students to open up to new culture and to create their own unique and authentic stories. The content, from a technical point of view, the first year will be perfecting 2D and 3D character animation, also artistic direction, also some skills such as modeling, rigging, acting, character animation mostly, rendering and compositing, the skills also in directing and storytelling. That's more for the second year of the master. Script writing, directing, methodology, characterization, sound design is super important for us as well. As you may have heard, the sound of the soloist has been a huge work for the students. There's also storyboard skills. We integrate intercultural issues and project management skills. That's very important for us. The respect of the production pipeline, the evaluation and follow-up, and the team project is really the center of our teaching. Okay. There is also experimentation within the program. to help students to get more skills and reflect on directing. The training allows access to the following professions and careers. Director, maybe not right after the school, need a little bit of, couple of years. 2D and 3D animator, lead animator, visual development and art direction, storyboarder, layout man, compositing operator, or director. The master is really for people who want to lead a team, okay, whether it's creative or more technical, but this is what you're going to learn. It's to lead projects. The degree is a French degree. So in French, it's called concepteur, réalisateur de films d'animation. It's a master that is a certificate from the Ministry of Labor and the Ministry of Higher Education. It's also a European school diploma, the Master of Arts. The evaluation method, continuous assessment. Okay, and you have to make a film, so it's really a continuous assessment. Generally, we have 100% of people getting the degree. The rate of employment internationally is 88%. As far as I'm concerned, all my students are working at the moment. My ex-students, sorry, graduates. There's no age limit. You have either to have a minimum of 3 years of education in animation or 3 years of professional experience in the field. Self-taught people are welcome. You need to have skills in 2D and or 3D animation. What we ask is to be strong in one of the two techniques and know the basics of the other one. For example, you're super good at 2D, but we will ask you to have the basics of 3D and also to know the software such as After Effects, TV Paint, Maya, Animator Toon Boom, to have the basics as well, because we won't have time to teach you the software. We also want you to be open-minded. You will be working on a project with a team of people coming from everywhere, and we need a good level of English as well. The pre-selection is based on a demo reel and a motivational video on a Tumblr. The selection is based on an oral interview in English, and the closing of the admission process is the 2nd of March. There's more information on Gobelins website, and also we can give you the information directly. The scholarship opportunities. Okay. Campus France also offers scholarships, and that you need to contact the link that is on this presentation. I'm not sure that the Campus France is still open now. We also have a Netflix Gobelins partnership. They told me 2 weeks ago that they wanted to renew it, so there will be hopefully scholarships next year to cover the expense for artists coming from the African continent as well. I hope there will be around 6. I cannot certify this, okay? So maybe 6, and they're encouraging female artists to apply as well. To apply to the Netflix scholarship, you need to be admitted to the master, okay? And the scholarship will cover the fees and most part of the cost of living in Paris. And this is us, Cécile and Alizé. You want to say hi? Alizé is working with me.
Hello.
This is Alizé. Okay. And this is a nice crew of people. There's Bokang at the center, and the team of Tshimologong and other students. Here we go. Shall we show your film, Bokang? Okay. Tinis, can you show Poya?
Sure. Let me grab that one real quick. Hold up.
I'm going to stop sharing. before Bokang comes to talk. Okay, so I leave the floor to Bokang.
Hello, everyone. So yes, I am Bokang Koatja, and I am currently a second-year master student at the Gobelins of the Animation and Animated Filmmaking program. I mean, Tina's already mentioned what an amazing place this is. And I'm basically here to share a bit of my experience, both in the school and just, living in Paris, which is crazy to say out loud. But yeah, like many of you who dream to come to this place, for me, once upon a time, it was a distant dream that I never thought would ever happen. Until a certain Lesego Foster somehow found his way here and opened the floodgates for all of us dreamers in South Africa. And for many years, the school was a constant inspiration in the work that I was doing. So I graduated my fine arts degree in 2013, and I worked for 6 years before applying to the school. And in those years, I would watch Gobelins films, not ever dreaming that I would come here myself, but just to, improve my own animation, get inspiration. And at the end of 2018, I was contacted by Tshimologong Precinct, and they offered me an incredible opportunity to spend 2 months at the school on the Train the Trainer program. And that's where I first got my the shock of being here and just taking everything in, the artwork and the walls, the just being in Paris, the culture, the way art and the animation industry is just embraced in this place has been amazing. I mean, fast forward, a couple of years later, I'm here as a student, and let me tell you, like from day one, it's like, you got to get going because it's very intense and it's also a lot of fun. You need to remember, why you started doing this in the first place and what made you want to come here. And that's to improve your skills as an animator, as an artist. And there's no better place to do it if I'm being 100% honest. Just to give you an example of the kind of place a Gobelins is, within the first week of the first year of the master program, I found myself sitting next to Tom Moore in a drawing class. And for those of you who might not know who Tom Moore is, he was the director of films such as Wolf Walkers from Cartoon Saloon. And the magic of this place is that you're constantly surrounded by people of that caliber. For you anime fans, we also had Masaki Yuasa come give us a sit and question session with him. And just the other day, we had the legendary Glenn Keane come visit us in our own class, which is just mind-blowing. And to get to the content of the work itself, like I said, it's very intense. And Cécile mentioned how much you have to learn to work in a group. And for us, it was more immediate because we had a bit of a special year. We got to make the Annecy films, as you just saw. And so within the first year, we already had to work in teams with people we hardly know, which you'll find yourself a lot doing in the industry. And so it's really important to adapt those people skills and working as a team to create something. And this year again, we had to form our teams for the graduation movies. And to give you an idea of the variety of people that you'll be working with, that you'll be studying with, in my team there are 5 people at the moment, and 2 of us are from South Africa. There's a guy from Mexico, there's a lady from Poland, and another one from Portugal. And so just being here, you get to learn so much, not just about yourself, not just about your art, but also about, other cultures and, other places around the world. And it's truly just really inspiring, and it helps you, it motivates you to want to, improve yourself as an artist, as a person. And also something that doesn't really get mentioned a lot is how much of a community Gobelins is. And not just in the school, but outside of the school as well. A lot of the people, a lot of the graduates from past years in Gobelins end up staying in Paris, and some obviously go back home or other places around the world. But those who stay in Paris remain a very close-knit, tight-knit community. And so, you get to talk to people who were working on films like Best Friend, that won the Annie Award, La Bestia, and, all these people that made the films that you looked to for reference and for inspiration suddenly become your friends. And it's really an amazing feeling and an amazing opportunity. I mean, some of the benefits are being invited to exclusive events such as, the Annecy Festival, and, the opportunities you get with that. I mean, that's the biggest animation festival in the world. And so everyone is there from everywhere. And the events that you get invited to, such as the Netflix party that we were invited to last year, you literally, in the same space as people such as Guillermo del Toro, which is incredible. So, I mean, the experience so far has been nothing short of amazing. It's been really positive, and I can steadily see my art, my storytelling improving with every day, with every amount of work that I put into the film that we're currently making, and the exercises that we've done before as well. And yeah, it's really an amazing place to be, and thank you. If there are questions,
Shall we do Q&A?
Yeah, if there are any questions, I'm more than happy to take on. I think it might be.
We can stay together.
Sure.
And just before we do questions, Bokang, I am deeply envious of the fact that you guys did the Annecy shorts. Man, that is awesome. So well done.
Thank you. It was amazing. Yeah. And I mean, maybe I should mention while we wait for questions that all along those processes, it's not like you're kind of just told to make a film and left to your own devices. Throughout the module, throughout the exercise, you're given specific tutors, teachers for each part of the pipeline to help you along, all the way from visual development to even color grading, which is the very last step that you do in a film. And so there's constant guidance from industry professionals. Yeah, I just thought I should mention that as well.
Well, I think while we're waiting for some questions, I see Kamohelo over here will have a question in a moment. I guess a question on my side, more a question than an observation. I'd like to pick your brain on it, because I think sometimes this might be something that's intimidating to people who have gone through this. You've mentioned the community and the culture, right? I mean, to this day, I still keep in touch with everybody from Gobelins. I think coming into it, I think everybody's biggest fear, especially if you're that far removed from a place like Paris, is culture shock, right? And like getting used to the French culture and maybe missing home a little bit. Could you maybe talk a little bit about your experience of going through that, and you know, was it as much of a struggle as you anticipated, or perhaps not?
I mean, for me personally, I've been obsessed with France and the French language for a very long time. And so it was more exciting than anything else to just dive right in and, you know, come here and absorb everything and take it all in. But after a while, it does, you know, become a bit much, especially if it's your first time away from home for so long. You know, a couple of months in, you know, at some point I was so like, you know, overwhelmed with everything that I just had to, you know, go back home and just, you know, reset a bit and then come back with a fresh mindset and ready to go again. But yeah, it really is an adjustment, and it's something people need to be prepared for. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I can attest to the same. I think the first 3 weeks were a little bit of a shock, but then again, you know, the community and the fact that everybody in the international group always stuck together with the French was always something that like you're all in it together, and that's always what made it, you know, quite special. So we've got a message here from Yogita. Hi, Cécile and Bokang. Thanks for sharing your insights and experiences. Question for both of you. The group assignments, what is the best and worst experience you've had of group assignments at Gobelins? And given it can sometimes be bad for some people, a group experience, and if you're lucky, it can be awesome. So what was the best experience? What was the worst experience, I think, is the gist of that question.
Well, okay. I mean, the best experience is that you get to work with really talented people that have had very different sort of journeys to get to where we all are. And so you learn a lot from these people. I mean, coming into the Annecy film, I have a lot of 3D experience, and that's how I got into the school, but I didn't have a lot of 2D experience. But through the film, I learned a lot about that process of traditional animation, professional traditional animation, you know, for a festival as big as Annecy. And so I was able to pick brains of the people in my group to help me reach that level that was acceptable. And when it comes to the worst part of working in a group, I think most of the time it boils down to attitude of the people that you're working with. And so sometimes you kind of have to accept that people do things differently. And, you know, the biggest problem we had was time management with certain people in the group. And so you need to kind of find ways to work around that to make it work for the team. Yeah.
To my knowledge, the worst experience that I've had trying to sort out drama in a team, it's never a bad experience because of the skills of the work or the work of the students. They have the skills, they work super hard, they're super motivated, they're absolutely passionate and amazing people, each of them. It's when the ego comes out of the box and it's always Let's call it team dynamics hiccups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cécile, I have no idea what you're talking about. My team never fought.
No.
We had no arguments,
No.
none whatsoever. Okay, cool. So the next question is from Tsegofatso. This is a good question. We get this one a lot. Like, do you think it's best to apply to the summer school first and then apply to the masters? Or can you apply for both at the same time and hope for the best?
Apply for both. If you get both, you do both. You'll have
Yes, why not both, right? Like it's
you'll have an induction with the summer school, and then you can stay and go on the master right after that. Plus Paris in the summer is really nice.
Yes.
much better. All right, cool. The next one, hi Cécile and Bokang, I have a question. My degree wasn't specifically in animation, but it featured some animation training in software and the principles. Could that still be considered?
Yes. There's prerequisites, okay, but mostly we're going to look at your demo reel, okay, so you can't hide anything, okay, and your motivational video, so you won't even be able to hide yourself, and then we will have a discussion with you. So yeah, it's really what you are doing.
Awesome. Okay. Next one from Eder. Oh wait, next one here. Again from Tsegofatso. Is it Tsegofatso? Yes. So how many people get into the master's program? And also she says, it's nice seeing you again, Bokang.
Hey.
How many people get into the master's program? 54. This year. You're 54.
On average, maybe just to explain the standard, like on average, how many applicants do you guys get per year?
On average, generally 500 at master's level. It's 800 at bachelor's level.
So it's a very, very high standard of admission at the end of the guy.
I want to say something important. If you don't play the lottery, you don't win.
Absolutely. Okay, so, I've got a question now. So Yogita asks, for me, what made you decide to become a trainer instead of perhaps an animator or producer/director? And thanks for my insight. Well, Yogita, firstly, I'm not just a trainer. I have worked as a lead storyboard artist on television series like Archer, and I've done very short films outside of being a trainer. Done some client work for various people, nothing particularly famous, but I've worked in the industry as well. As for why I'm a trainer, I just honestly enjoy training more than working in industry. And like my friend Lesego, who pioneered, being the first African in animation, it's always been very important to me to give back, right? To help people that want to work in this industry. I was exceptionally frustrated as a kid, not having the means and the people to talk to as an animator. So why I'm doing this as a trainer instead of necessarily doing animation industry work as my priority, although I do that, is because I want to help people. It's far more important for me to help people draw better and get that confidence and be ready for industry than it is for me to sit in front of a thing and make storyboards for the mouse, right? The mouse is very cool. This plays very well, and a lot of people are super happy with working that way. I find more satisfaction in teaching than I do doing storyboards for other companies. And that's honestly just my experience. Most folks like the other industry stuff a little bit more. I guess I'm a bit of an outlier. So I hope that answers the question. Okay, so then we've got thank you, Cécile from Tsegofatso. Yogita also says thanks, Cécile and Bokang. It is so no hiding it. Yeah, unfortunately not at all. Then Lelebogile says, Bokang, I have a question for you. What is the best advice to keep you motivated?
Yeah, so sometimes it can be hard, I admit, and that's just the way it goes. But let me tell you something, being in Paris, it's not very difficult to find motivation because there's just so much around, so much to do, so much to see.
So much to eat.
So much to eat. And I think the important thing here, yes, you can watch shows, you can watch movies and, you know, get excited about that sort of stuff. But it's also very important to get out into the world and experience the world. And you can find all sorts of motivation and inspiration just outside. One of the benefits of being in Paris or in France and being under the age of 26 is that you get to go to museums for free, you know, and I'm talking the Louvre, Musée d'Orsay, and all these famous, you know, museums that you hear of. You can just waltz in there and spend hours and hours. You know, there are always, there's hundreds of theaters just in Paris alone that you can go watch movies, and not just current movies, you know, classic movies as well. So it's really easy to stay motivated when you're here. So yeah. Also, yes, watch stuff, watch series, watch movies. Great way.
Okay, our next question is much the same one. So I think it's been answered. So what is the secret to continuously motivating yourself? Well, there you have it. Lots of movies, get out there. Go dancing at the Seine on Fridays. That's definitely one of them. Okay, cool. Any other questions, folks? Well, I guess not. So, well, if you guys want to, yeah. All right, we have some guests on this side as well, so you can just move in and have a question.
Hey,
Hello.
Hey, hi there. Nice seeing you again. Yes, it's me. I'm here right now. So I just want to ask, so like obviously Gobelins is like, it is an art school and encompasses a lot. Does that include like comics? Because I want to pivot into creating comics and whatnot. And I would like to, you know, bring that industry here, that the industry that we see in the West and the East, because I feel like there is a lack. It's a cottage industry, so there are individuals doing things, but there isn't like that company in South Africa. So I'd just like to know, will it be a great help going there, and what would be the benefits as an artist that is also trying to be an entrepreneur and bring something to this country? Do I move out or?
You mean the comics industry, right?
Yes.
Okay. There's a huge comics industry in France, and like 3 weeks ago, there was one of the most important comics festival, the Angoulême Festival, an hour and a half away from Paris. Most of our graduates do also comics. I don't know if you know Riyad Satouf, for example. He's done live action, animation, and comics, and is very, very well known. I mean, animation started with Asterix, you know. A lot of our graduates do comics as well. And in general, the comics culture and industry is very, very strong in France, very strong. So through the network of Gobelins, you can meet a lot of people from this industry as well. In Gobelins, you won't be taught comics, but
Yes.
there's plenty of our people from our community that are doing them.
All right. Well, thank you, Cécile. Thank you.
Welcome.
Wait, so I can log in.
Tamu.
Hello.
Hi, Cécile. Hi, Bokang. Nice seeing you. Yes, I have two questions. First thing is about the application process, specifically the motivational video. I wanted to know how far could one push their creativity with the motivational video?
Far.
Cool. Got my answer there. And I'm not sure if I missed it earlier, but about the scholarship, you had mentioned a Netflix scholarship and the Campus France scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
If one already had the Campus France scholarship, would it be possible to do a joint kind of situation with the Netflix bursary?
Yeah, it happened before. So we need to see how many people we have for the Netflix scholarship, and then but it happened before, yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay. The principle is that we want scholarships for everybody. So we do combinations.
Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, that's what I wanted to know. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Tamu.
Yeah.
The motivational video, yeah, you can really go crazy. We had a guy in our year who made an entire short film. He went on a hike to the top of a mountain and he was telling a story about how, you know, he wants to be just like his master or something like that. It was insane. And then you had people like me who sat in a chair and spoke. So really the story was like...
Okay, cool. It's a wide range. Cool.
And I'm also happy to share my motivational video, and if it'll help you
Don't
guys.
worry, I'll contact you about that. I'll do that.
Erika is also saying that the NFVF is giving scholarship opportunities. So really, guys, there's plenty of opportunities for you this year. So it's really the year to apply.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'll check out NFVF as well. Thank you.
Don't be scared. You will be amongst friends.
No. All right. I'm not scared. It's okay.
Cheers.
Okay, I think we've got one more question, and then we can probably start wrapping up here. But let's see. Yeah, one more from you, Gita. Thank you for all the questions. I appreciate it when you guys are like this eager, right? It's always a good point to make. So last question, please. Are there any age, gender, demographic preferences or limits for applications?
There is no age limit, no gender. We encourage girls, okay, because the last batch, Bokang's batch, we only had guys. It's because girls did not apply. Girls, why did not you did not apply? You have to apply, girls, okay? Please, right? And demographic preferences, limits for application. Well, limits for application, it's the 2nd of March. But we encourage any profile. What we want is diversity, really diversity. So there, go for it. I will apply. Yes.
Yes, do it.
Do it. Do it. Okay. For applying, if you need an advice or if you need, guidance, the best way to communicate with me is on my Instagram account because my email is absolutely exploding at the moment. Okay. So my Instagram account is Cécile.Blondel at Instagram. There's Alize's email that is in the presentation. We can put it, I'm going to put it in, Alize, can you put it in the chat? Alize is putting it in the chat. Any question also for Bokang as well? There's Tian, there's plenty, there's Loisy as well. They can answer. The process of application is in French and sometimes a bit complicated, but we will guide you, okay? So I really want to facilitate things for you, and I know that Netflix wants it too. Okay, so really go for it. Does the Mollo internship count towards the MA? I don't know, Tinus.
Okay, I think I'll be able to answer there a little bit. Short answer is technically no. I mean, your work needs to be able to speak for itself, right? So we have a very good partnership and understanding with Gobelins, and I mean, so many of us that have either worked with the Mollo Animation Academy has gone to Gobelins, like Bokang, and we've got some other people over here that have also applied. So we've got a very healthy relationship with Gobelins, but that doesn't mean that just because you went to the Mollo Academy, that by any way equivalates to a year of study at Gobelins, right? The Gobelins faculty and the Gobelins pedagogical roster is its roster. However, you know, on that said, you are doing industry work at Mollo, and as an international applicant, actual industry work does count in your favor.
Yeah.
Right. So in that case, you definitely have an advantage over someone that does not have prior animation industry work, and also because we work very closely with Gobelins, sort of our pedagogical approach tries to emulate it quite a bit. You have a very decent chance of aligning yourself towards what Gobelins needs for admission. But at the end of the day, right, it's up to you and whether you can get in or not, and what that drive and what that skill set of yours reflects. Erica also mentions here, yeah, another Tshimologong program is the Digital Lab Africa, which is also a good pipeline into the Gobelins Masters, because again, it's industry work. And we've had like good experience with the DLA program as well. That's made leaps and bounds in the African animation industry. So yeah, I hope that that answers the question there. All right then, anyone else? Going once, going twice? All right then, Cécile and Bokang, I'll leave you guys to finish this off, and then we can thank everyone from there when we're done.
It's been great seeing you and talking to all these people.
Yeah, it's been great, and I'd really like to encourage you guys to apply. It really helps not just yourself, but also our industry back home in South Africa to have people come through this program and bring back the work and the skills. So really apply. You won't regret it.
Best 2 years of my life, man, hands down. Cécile, thank you so much for taking the time. I really appreciate it, and Bokang as well. You guys are killing it, and we're really thankful for the presentation. Again, guys, just on my side, a sincere apology for the time mix-up, but I'm very glad to see we had such a large group of people. This presentation is being recorded, so we will be putting it on our social medias tomorrow or as soon as possible. And if you guys have any other questions that maybe come up, or you want anything else, Bokang did give you guys his email address, and you can just always contact us at Tshimologong or the Mollo Animation Academy if you have any questions regarding Digital Lab Africa or the NFEF stuff. We help to poke everybody in the right direction, and help everyone make cool, awesome, super duper cool stuff. So guys, thank you again for attending, and Cécile, Bokang, and Alizi, thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Tinus, and thanks to Erica and Joy as well.
Thank you.
Say hi to Steve and Daniela.
We will, thanks, definitely.
Bye-bye.